my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much for my boy and me. Just a guitar and an empty bottle of booze. No, I didn't blame him cause he run ahead, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought that it was quite a joke, and I got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks. Seems I had a fight my whole life through. Some guy would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy would laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. I went from town to town to hide my shame. But I made a vow to the moon and stars. I searched the honky-tonks and bars and killed that man that gave me that awful name. It was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop by and have myself a brew. In an old saloon on a street of mud, there on a table, feeling stood, said that dirty ranch dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet paw from a worn-out picture that my mother had, and I knew that scar on his cheek had his evil eye. He was a big and bent, gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you gonna die." Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eye, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a shear right across his teeth, and we crashed through a wall and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. I tell you, I fought tough men, but I really can't remember when he kicked like a mule and bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and I heard him curse, and he went for his drink, but I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me and I saw him smile, and he said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I was gonna be there for you to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you had to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped make you strong. Yeah, he said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me, and you got that right to kill me. And I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the growl in your gut and the spit in your eye, cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue." Yeah, what could I do? What would I do? Well, I got choked up and I threw down my gun, called him Pa and he called me son, and I come away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, every time I try, every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna name him Bill, George, any damn name but Sue. I still hate that name.